with this very tricky page is switching from the visual editor in WordPress to the text editor from time to time. And I'm going to start there so I can highlight this last line of code. It's a great place to see the code for that dotted orange line that we're using as a divider. That's where you find it, and really that is, in this text editor, is the only place that it's easily accessible. So you have to do a little working back and forth between visual and text editors to make it work. So we're going to start here, and I'll de-highlight that, start at the very end of that line of code and hit one return. We're going to add the image, which is that one. Insert that into the page. We can switch back to the visual editor and see now that it's there. The orange line stays and the Orange County Register line is where it is. I'm also assuming that this is going into the contributions section. That may not be the case. I like to do this to make sure that the image works as expected. And it's a little bit large, so I'm going to reduce it slightly, make sure it's aligned right, and then also add a little bit of wrapped space around. Update that image. Now that has popped over to that side, just like we want it to. I'm going to switch back to the text editor now, so that you can see that the code for the line is still there, and then the code for the images are there, or the image is there. I cut and pasted the headline of the item, add that, and switch back to the visual editor. Okay, so far so good. Everything seems to be relatively in place. The titles of these sections have been defined. If you click into one, Moses Had a Plan, for example, you'll see up at the top they're using heading 3 as the style sheet. Food is the same, pumpkin cannoli, etc. So I'm going to highlight that headline, click and hold the style sheet, predefined styles, turn it to heading 3, and if all goes well, we can preview these changes and see the image is to the right like we want it to be, the orange line is in place, the headline is there. It's not green at the moment because it's not a link, and once you add the rest of the text and make it a link, then it will turn green also, and you'll be able to see the green when you review here. Switch back to page editor, back to the text mode for a moment. Click into the very end of where the headline falls, and now you see that the little bit of code has been added there. That section, the bracket /H3 bracket, that's the code that makes the headline that style. Hit one return, and then you can add your text in place. Preview that. You should see this text. Now the text hasn't been styled yet, so of course it's going very slowly. It hasn't been styled to anything other than paragraph. So at the moment it's working just fine, and I'm going to leave it like that for you so you could paste your text in from there. Hopefully that solves the answer, or solves the problem for you.